Hello, everybody, and welcome to Neurotic News. How are you, Dan? You good?
Yeah, I was just thinking how it's crazy how like a segment of the people that would, have voted for Elon Musk would also be the same segment that would think driving a Tesla makes you gay.
Yeah, that's true.
Like his supporters, a lot of them have a diesel engine vibe.
I agree that there's a Trump segment, like more right-wing, alt-right, that kind of area.
Yeah.
That would vote for Musk.
Yeah.
But also think, if you drive a Tesla, you're a fucking poof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird. They almost seem like the people who support Elon Musk seem like that segment of the diesel truck. They almost seem like the type of people who think the vaccine would make you autistic like Elon Musk. And would also think that the government was trying to vaccinate your diesel truck to make it a Tesla.
Oh, fuck. That's a crazy concept.
They're trying to get my diesel truck on puberty blockers so it becomes a Tesla. They're trying to transition it into a Tesla.
Fuck, man. That's a funny concept. Yeah.
Like that aesthetic.
I wonder if he has actually converted a few diesel truck fucking monster truck type people like to the Tesla. Like, no, I gave it a go.
Yeah.
It's
good. It silently glides through the streets.
Yeah. Obviously all my mates don't talk to me anymore because I'm fucking gay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they're going to turn on him and so on.
Even though they support Elon Musk.
Oh, I didn't even know you were here, mate. Couldn't hear your car.
Yeah.
Like they're teasing him and shit.
Can't hear your engine, you soft cock.
Yeah, you fucking cunt.
You've got no engine?
Yeah.
You piece of shit.
Yeah, it does seem like a lot of rev heads would. It's kind of like if Greta Thunberg, who's anti-climate change and all that, but also, was the CEO of a monster truck night.
Yeah.
Like monster truck on TV,
She ran monster trucks
where
they just crush other cars. And then she used the profits from those shows to buy Fox News.
Yeah. In an alternate reality.
Left-wing propaganda on
Fox.
On Fox, so it's just confusing.
Yeah,
you
it's
lose some
what?
subscribers.
Yeah. Yeah, I fucking love Greta, the monster truck bit.
Yeah.
Not so much a fan of the fucking weird climate change.
Well, I just read an article that a lot of Tesla drivers are conflicted about driving a Tesla.
Oh, I love this, yeah.
Because they're like, I bought it for the renewable energy and to help the environment, but they're like, this was invented by a fascist.
Yeah, didn't you say that 80% of Tesla drivers don't like Elon Musk's political stance?
Yeah, it was something like, it was a weird segment. 2% of Tesla drivers did not know who Elon Musk was.
That's crazy.
Which I enjoy. That segment.
Yeah.
Like doing well enough to buy a Tesla, but not enough to like have checked any news articles or like gone online.
Who are they?
Yeah. That was my favorite part of the pie chart.
Right.
Was the 2% no idea.
That's like, I just want to, because that would be a lot of people. It's the world's most successful car company.
That could be
We're talking
people.
about thousands and thousands of people.
Or millions even.
That are doing very well.
Yeah.
Financially, but have not read the news.
Yeah.
In the last, in this era.
Last 10 years.
Yeah.
So they're going around like this doing so well.
Who are they, do you think?
I just feel like
monks or
maybe a Tibetan monk that is just into renewables and just asked for a renewable car.
That weird, like the weird, like what do they call them in Indian culture where they just the dude who just has his hand up for the rest of his life as like they worship them like a god.
And it's like a Tibetan monk type thing?
Yeah, that kind of thing. They do physical act, like someone like that, Yeah. They're like gurus or whatever.
Because they can withstand the agony of the position?
Yeah.
That's in Tibet, is it?
Yeah. Well, there's one guy, I think it's in India. There's a guy who just has his arm up forever.
Yeah.
So it's actually solidified up.
Yeah.
And he probably drives a Tesla because it's automated driving, I guess.
Yeah, if you've got your hand through, he'd probably have a sunroof custom designed for the hand. It's like it looks like he's waving.
Who's Elon Musk, brother?
It'd be good to be a political. Because he's got no internet, but he
Right.
needs the Tesla because his hand is stuck up.
Yeah, he
and
needs
he's a guru.
Can't change the gear shift.
For some reason, he's getting interviewed. They're like, "Do you know who created this car, Elon Musk?" They're like, "No idea, brother." That's the 2%.
He's
of
still,
the
he's
pie
still
chart.
saying brother. He's still saying brother.
It is weird with it's just with that. Yeah, just to that. It's just a funny segment of people. They're just so.
I find that fascinating because it is. You do have to be wealthy to own a Tesla. That's the thing that fascinates me the most.
Yeah.
Because it's not a cheap car.
Yeah.
So to do well and be disconnected from
one of the biggest people in the world.
Right. Well, just like any media. You couldn't be on any media and not know who Elon Musk is.
You'd actually have to try.
Yeah.
Like you'd have to be like la 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 la. You'd have to run around going la 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 la, but also be doing well enough to buy a Tesla. And somehow in that whole interaction, no one's ever been like, Elon Musk invented that. Like no one's even brought it up. You're just like la 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 la.
Yeah.
You keep making product.
Right.
Shipping product. And just not knowing what.
No one's ever brought it up in conversation either. That's a good point. 'Cause
Yeah.
someone would bring it up and be like, yeah, look, I mean, great car, but I don't agree with what he's doing.
It's just
Sorry,
funny.
Who are you talking about? Oh, Elon Musk. What? Anyway,
What
I
is
got to
that?
go.
I got to go. Who are you talking? I got to go. Who's that? They're leaving.
Elon Musk. Yeah, that's not my favorite flavor. Look,
Yeah.
I got to go.
Yeah. What is that, a vape?
Yeah.
No, it's the guy that invented what you drive. What? Invented? I got to go. I'm going.
Elon Musk does sound like a vape brand.
Yeah.
I'll get the strawberry ice, the Elon Musk.
Yeah.
What's the other guy like? We'll buy him a vape too.
Yeah.
Raspberry Crush.
Yeah. It's like, it really does. Those weird shops that just sell vapes and American cereals.
They do.
You know those ones? Those weird shops. There's just vapes and some
Oh.
American cereals.
I thought you said vape in American cereal. You know, American cereal sometimes has toys. I'm like, are they fucking selling vapes now?
They could, yeah.
It doesn't sound outrageous, does it?
No,
Like
I've-
with the world today. That
Yeah.
if you went like, oh yeah, they put vapes in the kids' cereal now.
You'd be like, oh, that makes sense. So they crush up the Fruit Loops and then like you put them in a crack pipe and light them up. And that's the flavor
That
of
wouldn't-
the vape.
If someone told me that, I'd be like, oh yeah, like that's crazy, but I wouldn't not believe it just because of the way things are now.
I wouldn't even Google it. Them like, fuck. I mean, shit's fucked up. I mean, it's weird that, yeah, like the people who make the iPhones, they don't give them a phone.
Yeah, you should get a phone if you're working in the factory. I
Like-
guess, they're worried, I suppose.
Well, if you work at Macca's, you get cheeseburgers.
Cheeseburgers and fries. You get to eat, staff discount.
If you work the deep fryer.
Right.
But if you make an iPhone, they won't give you one. I guess they don't want you to like document the suffering.
Slavery,
They don't want
yeah.
you to like film yourself twerking in a suicide net
Right. Yeah.
and go viral.
Like, like
Yeah.
jumping out with the video. Guys, this is what's happening here. They gave me
Uyghurs. Yeah. As they go into the net,
Uyghurs.
as they jump out
Fuck, that's good, man.
and they go viral.
Mm.
And now it's
then-
like, what are you doing? What's going on with the
Yeah.
factories?
Yeah. Shouldn't have given him a camera phone.
It went viral on your app,
Mm.
the TikTok of the twerk in the suicide net.
Mm.
That went big.
Twerking in the suicide net.
Yeah. That'd be a good memoir title.
My time in an apple factory, twerking in the suicide net
Yeah.
in the Xinjiang province. Yeah, it just makes me feel very out of touch. Like I just feel like getting older. I was just thinking about it, and I don't want to be negative. I don't want to be negative being in my 40s and all and just be jaded and boring, cliched. But it just doesn't get easier.
No.
There's a trade-off. Look, everything's harder. You've got way more responsibility and you're expected to be good at your job. Like no, like if you get to my age and you're good at your job, nobody cares.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
People will complement a contrast, but they'll be mute when you maintain.
Right, because if
that's assumed.
If you're in your early 20s and you're a superstar or whatever you do, people are like, fuck, this guy's a star. But if you're just my age, it's like, yeah, of course, yeah, they're old. Like they've been doing this for so long. So physically it's harder. Your friends, like all of them have kids. It's harder to catch up with everybody. You know, you're not like, there's so many different things. Like, and the other thing that you got the responsibility of getting a house and paying it off. And then also parallel with all this is your parents, like they're just getting crazier and crazier. Like my parents just getting crazier and crazier because they're like fucking 80.
Yeah.
So it's just like you get madder as you get older and you're trying to deal with that. Like you go to see them and they just say weird things. Like they just get weirder and stranger.
Yeah.
You know?
More neurotic.
Yeah. And so you go see them and, you know, the bush is, someone trimmed no. Oh, you don't have any bushes. Oh, right. Yeah. You know, like, because they've seen, you know, they get crazy. They say weird shit.
Oh, all that generate, like my uncle's crazy. I stayed with him. He's, you know, insane.
Yeah.
Like
he's out of generation.
He's got a vaccine fridge that he uses as a regular fridge.
Right. So let's unpack that. So he has a vaccine fridge. Now, what is that?
That's like to store like COVID vaccines.
And he also uses it to store
as
like
a wine cooler. So you'll reach in and there's a Sauvignon Blanc next to a Novavax.
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah. It's like this insane.
They go insane.
Yeah.
And it's not
That's not like I'm quirky. It's like, no, I needed the vaccine fridge.
Quirky in your early 20s is like a fashion choice. And then by the time you get to your 70s or 80s, you're like, it becomes real action.
Yeah.
Like, oh, fuck, she's wearing that pink jacket. That's so wild. She's kind of quirky, her at 80. Oh, wow, she's not wearing clothes, walking around like outside. You know, like, oh, wow, she's wearing a ski suit.
Yeah.
Outside. Oh, that's quirky.
That's quirky.
Yeah.
Uncle Roger's squirting leftover Moderna into his mouth like it's a breath freshener. Quirky.
Oh, it's so quirky. He has a full banner of pro-Israel propaganda hanging off his balcony, and the body corporate has had to have words with him to pull it down.
Yeah.
You know, quirky.
He tried to pass it off as the Greek flag, but they know better.
It does look like the Greek flag.
Yeah, from a distance.
Same colours.
Well, you can plausible deniability. You're like, it's National Greek Day. Feta hell.
Fucking hell.
My uncle's a pro-vaxxer.
Right.
So he's like the opposite of an anti-vaxxer.
Right.
Like he's addicted to them.
He loves them. Is he still taking them all the time?
Yeah, he'll shoot up like AstraZeneca.
A vaccine
leftover
fridge
vials.
Vaccine fridge is next level.
He's like, I'm not getting it.
Quirky.
Yeah.
Yeah, she just didn't want to get the vaccine.
Yeah, they're not trying to leverage their quirkiness into social capital.
That's exactly the point.
They're not trying to be like, it's kind of cool that I've got a vaccine fridge. It's like, I need Moderna now, like squirting it.
Don't touch it.
Yeah. Don't touch those vials.
Quirkiness when you're that age is like, fuck off, cunt.
Yeah.
Like it's like, don't fucking touch my Israeli flag.
Yeah.
Or I'll fucking kill you.
Yeah.
Like,
I bought it off the Sky News website. Don't touch it.
This is the guy that had a fedora when he was in his 20s.
Yeah.
People thought he was quirky then.
Yeah.
Now it's like I've got rocks in a bucket and I throw them at people walking past.
And I don't want anyone to find out about it. Like they're not trying to get
But they're the kind of shit you're dealing with when you go visit your parents.
Yeah.
Like they're doing weird shit. Like my dad's got into cameras now. Surveillance cameras. They're fucking everywhere.
Yeah.
Inside everything. And he can watch it on his phone.
He's
That's
filming,
his thing now.
He's filming conversations and stuff.
Yeah.
Like Roy Cohen. Roy Cohen.
But just of mundane shit. Like, did you close the gate? Like he's got a recording of that, you know. Did you put the bins out? going to clean leaves out of the gutter like the most.
Does he do a thing where he goes, did you take the leaves out of the gutter? And you go, yeah, yeah. And then he like plays you the recording. He's like, let's watch a movie.
Yeah, I don't see the leaves seem to be still there, according to this video evidence.
He's like, do you want to rewatch Gladiator to get ready for the second one? And you're like, yeah, yeah, that sounds good. And then he just plays the surveillance footage of you not bringing the bins out.
Yeah, great. So now they've got physical evidence.
Yeah.
But that's mad. It's mad to be filming.
They become Nixonian.
Right.
Like there's a paranoia, like don't touch my vaccines.
You mean like Nixon the president?
Yeah. You know how Nixon was like, don't, I'll fucking film you and like don't.
Madness is quirkiness.
Steal my camembert.
Madness is quirkiness with a really good dose of paranoia.
Yeah.
Like it goes from, I've got a crazy hat to like, you fucking take my hat? I need to wear it every day.
Yeah.
Or they can read my thoughts.
That's a good equation. Insanity equals quirkiness plus paranoia.
Yeah.
Quirkiness by itself, you'll get profiled in Frankie magazine for your exquisite antique candle collection.
Or your jacket that you made out of patchwork from your fucking dead mother's closet or whatever. You know what I mean? You've cut up her.
But in a fun way.
In a fun way, yeah. But then add paranoia. This jacket makes me invisible to the government and so on. I'll meet you down at the creek.
Yeah. I collect artisanal cheeses, Frankie magazine. I collect them and if you touch them, I'll cut you. Aging. Like that's the difference.
I like that a lot.
Yeah. And I feel like it's weird, you know, like neurosis in general is just, you see signs and things.
You know what's funny is I've got a friend who's into astrology. She loves it. And I know astrology is popular. And I always make fun of her because it's like Venus is in retrograde. Therefore, I'm less likely to get a job when I go to this job interview. I'm going to fuck it up because of this thing. And I'm like, well, those two things aren't connected. That's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense, you idiot.
Totally.
But I'm a neurotic. So I'm like, Tim came to the cocktail party, but when he said hi, he looked over my shoulder. That means that he
is conspiring
to bring me down, possibly poison my food, or he's like, you know, gathering my friends and he's like made notes
campaigning against you.
Yeah, because he acted weird when I spoke to him.
Yeah, it's like because of awkward silence, Greg has betrayed. It's the same links as astrology.
I may as well just say Venus is in retrograde, so Greg is going to steal my girlfriend. Like it's the same. What's the difference?
Yeah. This month you will be jealous because of Venus. It's like I will be jealous anyway.
So all what they're doing is like,
envy.
Because of a planet, I'm going to get betrayed. And all I'm saying is because, you know, I had a stilted conversation left on scene with my text, I'm going to be betrayed.
Yeah.
Because my text was read and not responded, I'm going to be betrayed.
Yeah.
And the connection's equal.
It's just as arbitrary.
It is.
As a planetary movement. I mean, in weird way, astrology, I'd rather be an astrologist than a neurotic.
Me too.
Because then I'm just blaming it on planet movements. Like, that's relaxing.
That is, yeah. It's out of your control.
Yeah.
The text message is a conspiracy.
Yeah.
Like, first of all, I want to say that we've said this many times on the podcast. If you're listening, I'm sure you agree. An unresponded text message, if someone doesn't respond to your text message, it should be illegal.
Yeah.
Because to me, that's a violent attack.
When they get Neuralink all worked out, they'll put people in prison for not responding.
Yeah. Yeah.
They'll measure the psychic pain done to the person waiting.
Like the phone should have a built-in thing like you still haven't responded to this.
Yeah.
Like that person's really hurting. He's built a conspiracy that you're actually...
That's what PayPal does. PayPal will be more confident than you.
Right.
PayPal will send your invoice, but then it has this other thing where it's like, John hasn't paid you yet. That's a bit fucked up, eh? Let's send him a little fucking reminder, eh? What a cunt. And then they send another nudge.
Really?
It doesn't say like that, but that's the vibe.
Right. I was going to say, yeah. Because that's a company that Elon Musk started too.
Yeah.
PayPal. So
it's just as inscrutable.
No, but I do like the language. It'd be nice if you could, you know, customize the PayPal messages. Hey, you fucking haven't paid me, cunt. What's going on?
Yeah.
You fucking going to pay me?
Yeah.
From PayPal.
Yeah, it's definitely more confident than me. because it actually sends that follow-up.
Mm-hmm. I appreciate that.
But it's weird. You like when, I feel like you just get older, and the more older you get, the more documentaries you watch.
That's all my mum watches a unique slither of TV media. It's the History Channel. It's the channel where you get what's it called? The where you sell, they bring antique roadshow. It's that vibe. So it's all historical reenactments of, it's all history with reenactment.
It's like you watch a Churchill documentary, they do the historical reenactment. I always feel like the actor playing the younger Churchill is like too pleased to be there.
I know what you mean. I know exactly what you mean. I watched one about Hitler recently, and you could tell the actor was just like, this may just be a historical reenactment for the History Channel, but I've landed a role playing Hitler.
Totally.
And it ruins the performance.
It's like they're auditioning to be next to Daniel Day-Lewis in the next role.
Right.
So they're doing too many gestures, and there's like you can see the glint in their eyes. They're like, everyone I know is watching this moment.
He's told all his friends, I'm playing Hitler.
As a 20-year-old.
In a movie.
Yeah.
And it's gone to their head.
Yeah.
And the people they get for these roles are obviously just local improv troupes and theatre people because, they're not proper acting roles, sort of.
Yeah, you're not playing like an 18-year-old Stalin and then skyrocketing.
No, yeah.
But then
not in a historical reenactment.
Well, they've been plucked from regional theatre troupes.
Right.
And you can see in there, they're like,
this is
my
a big
God.
deal.
So they overdo it.
This is going on after Antique Roadshow.
Yeah. They don't need to do it that much, hey?
I do know what you mean.
They could tone it down and it would be better. It's like when you see the guy playing Hitler, he does too many gesticulations. It's like he does it too much.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
There's no subtlety.
I think it's a very, very astute observation. It's very unique, like a very niche observation, but it's fucking true. Historical reenactment actors are always too over the top.
Because they're so happy to be on set.
Right. Who are these actors? That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like, where are they from? Theatre, improv, and so on.
LARPing. They have a LARP energy.
I mean, I get why my mum, my mum sits there and watches this shit all day. And I wish she wouldn't, because I think it's better for the brain and so on to read or something. But there's just endless shit. And then I was thinking, now I'm a parent, right? My parents, I look at them and go, they're crazy. They're crazy, But now I'm a parent and I have a teenager and so on. I think, yeah, they are crazy. Think about what the fuck you put them through as a teenager. Like when I was a teenager, I was selling pot. Like at high school, I was growing pot. I was smoking it. I tried acid. I would go out and spray paint trains, like doing graffiti. I was riding around town late at night, got caught by the cops. Like, it's crazy. I put my parents through that. No wonder they're fucking nuts.
That's like reparations.
Yeah, it's like reparations. They're like, you did that, so now I'll, go on and on and on about Sky News, or I'll go on and on about my political beliefs to you.
Yeah.
The same every time. Like it's punishment for that.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's like you get that neurotic punishment. That needling.
I'm going to talk about how Australians are piss weak and I hate Australia as a country. For example, that's one of my dad's ones. And he just brings that up every time he can. And I'm like, I deserve this.
They get topics, eh?
Because there's that time I took acid and took the toilet apart.
Yeah, that's punishment. Direct.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk about how when you make a smoothie, you lose the nutrient density of the fruit and vegetables as they are as a whole food.
They have about 3 or 4 tracks, don't they? That's one of yours?
Yeah. You get sent a peer-reviewed article about how oat milk isn't all it's
cranked up to
be. So that's,
Yeah, my dad...
Because you wouldn't do that to a friend.
No.
You wouldn't just get an article out of the blue about how smoothies, the nutrient density is...
To be fair, I think I probably would send that to you, but
yeah, but but wait, it's the repetition, I think.
it's a repetition. They have 3 or 4 tracks, and they repeat.
It's a broken
them.
record
It's a broken record.
that's on
There's
repeat.
3 or 4 tracks you get. Is that what happens in life?
Yeah.
As you get older, your tracks narrow down,
Yeah.
and then you just have 3 or 4 things you can talk about, and you bring everyone to those things.
Yeah.
I can already feel it, man. Fuck.
Yeah,
I'm already doing that.
I feel like it has to do with like the word cunt as well. Like that generation's really offended by.
They are, yeah.
They're as offended by the word cunt as we are by the word moist.
Oh, yeah. I think we're more offended by moist.
But they still use that.
A moist cunt is...
Yeah,
that's worst.
Yeah, but
it's the worst thing you can say.
Yeah, but they're going around using that word.
They're using moist and we're using cunt.
There's like a free trade agreement on how disgusted we are at each one. Like you'll see Miss Marple go, the cake is moist, and you like shudder with horror, but she'll reprimand you for calling a friend a cunt.
Yeah, she says the cake is moist, and you're like, shut up, you stupid old cunt. And she's like, whoa, that's offensive.
And you're like, no, what you did was way worse. Yeah, there's a weird free trade agreement with cunt and moist intergenerationally is all I'm saying.
I agree with you. And I think, you know, when we think about that generation, us as teenagers and what we've come into, you know, all the stuff about mental health and all that now, as like something that mental health is something that generation has nothing to do with. They're not interested in talking about it unless it's making fun of us.
Yeah.
They're not interested in investigating it. Like my dad is fucking insane. Like he's insane. But he's not interested in investigating that.
It's the opposite.
He's going to jump the neighbour's fence and poison their trees that are blocking his view and not go, I wonder if I'm crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm getting up on the roof, cleaning the leaves out of the gutter at midnight. Am I crazy?
He's not going to fill out a questionnaire about where you rate 1 to 5, how scared you are, and get a numerical value back. Like he's not going to do that. Oh, thank you.
No, he's not interested. He's not interested in in investigating it. And I feel like, you know, we're almost the opposite. We have too much awareness about mental health, and that's with the ADD and all that. Like, there's almost like mental health now is almost like it's like popular culture. Like ADHD is like the big one now.
Yeah,
you know, like that's the most popular mental illness, and then there's anxiety and depression, and then it gets probably to bipolar. Like they're the popularity of mental illnesses. You know.
Totally. Yeah, they're the popular ones. But there's no off-Broadway ones that have, like, what's the next one?
The next one's schizophrenia, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's the next big one.
To trend.
Yeah, that'll be number 1. Like, no one's really talking about it now, but it's going to be huge. Like, my mate's got schizophrenia, and he's like, oh, I feel down about it. I'm like, you wait, man. It's coming.
Your moment's coming.
Yeah. Don't give up on it or whatever.
He's like, do you mean the guy behind us?
Is that what's coming? The guy with the axe behind you? No. That's one of your hallucinations.
Yeah. I mean, the
That's
popularity of that.
Yeah.
That'll be weird when people will just have, because you know everyone's got Adderall on them now. It'll be weird when people have antipsychotics on them.
Right.
You're like, man, I'm seeing a purple lizard behind your head. Dude, I've got some fucking clonaptron. Just take it, man. 20 milligrams, you'll stop seeing that purple dragon, dog.
Yeah. So you're saying people are snorting antipsychotics instead of Dexies?
Yeah. Clonopticon or whatever. You know, they've got weird names.
Yeah.
Clonopticon. They do. It's weird. Like, they make you gain weight and shit.
Dude, you got a prescription for Coloptiform?
Man, let's hang out with Jeff. He's got Clonopticon. Because I'm going to see heaps of weird shit, dude, because of the skits. I'm skitzing out, literally.
I think I've got schizophrenia.
People would
Schizo.
use skits like colloquially.
Yeah.
They'd be like, I'm skitzing out, dude.
Mm.
Give me the clonopticon. People just mashing them up, just snorting them.
Oh, fuck. Clonopticon is making me laugh because you just made that up, right? That's not a real...
I've seen ones with names like that. They have names like trapezoid, trapezoidal, antipsychotic names. Have a fun.
Yeah, I'm sure you've flicked through the antipsychotic.
Oh, yeah, I look at them all.
Mm.
All the antipsychotics. I just like to see that my future... They have the day on the back of the pill, Monday,
Right.
Tuesday, Wednesday. You're like, don't take Wednesday on Monday. Even
Right.
though, of course,
They're the same
same
pill.
drug.
Mm.
I mean, it'd be weird if Wednesday's one was different to Monday.
Yeah, it's middle of the week, stronger.
They make it stronger during the middle of the week because it's tough out there. That'd be cool, though, if Adderall, like if the antipsychotics became as popular. Like, man, I need some clonopticon to study because otherwise I'm haunted by images of decapitated heads of people I know.
Sorry, what? So if they made it stronger for when? Like, what did you say?
Oh, like just if people started using the antipsychotics in the way we use Adderall now, where people, are, you know how everyone at university's on Adderall studying now
For fun.
like it's everyone's got it, and people are just taking it in business meetings, but it's just people like smashing clonopticons to like get through like their projects at work.
Yeah, right. Yeah, getting less voices in my head.
Yeah,
And so on. I think I've got schizophrenia. I've got voices in my head like that level of popularity.
yeah. I'm skitzing. I got so many voices, and they're telling me to do really evil things that I don't want to do. Is it the devil? Or is it an organic brain problem that can only be treated with clonopticon?
Yeah. The number of times you say clonopticon.
They do have names like that. I muck around, but there's Thorazine. These are the antipsychotic family of drugs. And they help you sleep, which is good too.
Great.
Whereas Adderall doesn't. So you can balance them out.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Well, hopefully, yeah. I mean, we can only hope that it becomes that popular.
I think it will. I mean, the whole thing of society now is so hostile. Like the choice architecture of like digital platforms is very hostile, and it's also, I remember I was traveling and my Google was just set to default that I would get news alerts.
Right.
And I'm like, why is that the default? You know, I'm trying to find a gelato place, and now I'm looking at Chalk Top thinking about a drone strike in Fallujah. And I'm ambivalent because I'm licking the chocolate thinking about the rubble.
Okay.
So that's the kind of world we live in. Where
So you're saying antipsychotic drugs will become popular like ADHD drugs because the society's causing it?
Yeah.
ADHD, the phone, the caffeine, the vapes, the fucking continual distractions we have, the constant bombardment of stimulus is called ADHD.
Yeah.
And then it's just a matter of time before other mental illnesses join.
Especially with virtual reality headsets. Once you get like the TikTok equivalent of a virtual reality headset that's getting people addicted, you'll forget which reality you're in. So I think psychosis will become more common.
Wow, that's terrifying. Yeah. Then you'll need Clonopticon.
Yeah, so you're taking clonopticon in the real world.
Right, doing lines and so on.
Morpheus shows up. Do you want the red pill or the blue pill? I'll take the blue pill. I enjoy being gaslit. Turns out it's a Viagra. You get like a 72-hour erection.
Yeah, he's like, you don't go anywhere or nothing. Yeah, it's just Viagra.
Yeah.
Yeah. We were just curious whether people would take it or not. We're actually a pharmaceutical. I'm Morpheus. I represent a pharmaceutical company that's doing drug tests.
We're trying to see if Viagra makes people cure jet lag as well. Like if it has another purpose.
Yeah. Yeah. He just works for Pfizer.
Yeah. Where'd you get those glasses? Those
Pfizer
that don't have sight.
Pfizer gave them to me for doing good sales.
Yeah. I got the jacket from Sackler.
Yeah. For doing a good job.
Yeah.
There's corporate perks.
So there's no stimulation, no.
No. This is just drug tests. The red and the blue pills. We're just experimenting the different effects.
Yeah. Oh.
One guy had a psychotic episode.
Yeah?
Yeah. Like he's saying.
Oh, yeah. One guy's got psychosis.
Yeah. Yeah.
The red one's clonopticon.
He thought the machines had taken over.
So he tasered him and put him in a cage.
Oh, fuck.
He lives in the vents at the Sackler Museum.
Fuck, man, this is really, really gone downhill. All right, well, I think now that we've gotten to a place in the conversation where nothing is making sense, it's a good time to wrap up. Thanks, everybody, for listening. Be well out there. We'll see you next time. Thanks Rathi.
So much.
Thank you. Thanks. Thank you.